You can't see me, but go ahead. Here, you do it.
No,
No,
you can
because
see
I'm
both
no,
of
I'm
us.
trying to get this thing fixed. Go ahead.
What thing fixed?
We don't have a mic. You don't
Oh.
have nothing. All they can see is you, and they gotta come to you because people are sitting in the chat talking. There's over 100 and something people out there. So go ahead, talk to them.
Oh. You have to go this way. Okay, there goes 71 people. So let's pull this forward time. Oh man, oh my gosh, y'all. This is so crazy. They changed the whole way you go live. So I can't go live the way I used to go live. So everything's changed. So welcome to 80 people, man. Sorry to make you guys wait. I just thought of one big ass thing that I can't do since I'm sitting here right now. Since I'm going live from my tablet.
Yeah, you got the notes sent to yourself. You have Messenger in there. Yeah, you do.
Not on my phone. No, I don't.
It's in there. I saw it.
No, you haven't. It's not in there.
When did you take it out yesterday?
No, I never took it out. I never had it. Go ahead.
Okay. It don't matter if you use my tablet, but it's not in there. I don't have it in there.
How y'all doing tonight? You know what? It's easy to read the news when you have the news in front of you, but since I don't have the news in front of me, I can't read it to you. So we could take this time. This video is not as sharp. Yeah, this is on my iPad, so this is not going to be as sharp. So this might be a very TNT time. No, I don't know. I don't know what he looks like. Yeah, it's Friday.
Here, you want to go ahead and type in your stuff?
I don't know it.
Oh, okay. Well,
That's why I never did it before.
okay. I don't know.
What's going on, y'all? Anybody got any questions about this live since I'm sitting here? A little fuzzy, but you are bright. Yes, I'm in bright colors today. Yeah, this is a new thing because they changed the way you go live. You can't go live the same way, so it totally destroyed the laptop concept. So I guess I'll have to go to the live streaming concept here just in a little bit, you know. I just don't have that equipment upstairs, so I'm practicing with it. We ready to be rich? Yeah. If you think about it, with everything that's going on with the UN has told everybody basically that they are in charge of the donor conference money. So Kuwait's working with the UN. Kuwait's also mentoring Iraq on what they're doing. So that you got to understand that there's a lot's going on with the UN. So when they went in there and lifted those sanctions, that was a huge tell to all of you guys as to what's happening and what's going on. So with the memorandum of understanding, which I don't really like a lot of those because they're just actually after a while it's a bunch of crap because, you know, I mean, they don't mean nothing. They're paper, but you want to see contracts, you want to see stuff like that. If you see a contract and you know something's about to happen. Yeah, we live, y'all. Is you live? Miss BB's here. She's just helping me type. Because I can't do it all. Run a show by myself.
No, I'm trying to figure this out.
Here we go. So I can see these things.
Status bar will indicate when you're given live. Okay, so status bar. Enter any interest title. Alright, so setup status bar. Before you start streaming on YouTube, you need to download the course.
Does anybody have any clue? I was switched dead air. Does anybody have any clue about what they heard about with the 1200 IQD to one US dollar? Me and Mr. Fraser were talking about that. And if that's true and not 1190, they always said that they were going to move the decimal point when it was 1200 to 1 to $1.20 to 1. Another instantaneous thing. And this is the other thing. You guys got to understand that it's not that there's not a lot of good news. There's not a lot of news. But the news that you've gotten for so many days has been so good that, my God, you got to kind of sit back and say, you know what? I can accept the fact that it's a little slow for a day or so. Thank you, Lynn. Well, they have more than just a bank and a program rate. They have a lot of instantaneous where you got to kind of say to yourself that what's really happening with the CBI? They're having a major shakeup. The big boss is about to be, hacked, and you're going to get a new person. So it's kind of like you work for a major company. The major company you work for gets cut, and it's a state-owned agency. And then all of a sudden, you got to kind of say to yourself, well, we're going to start over. And then once you do that, you got to kind of look at the employees themselves and say, well, the shakeup, where's everybody going to go? I'm not disappointed where I am. I know the month came and passed. I really liked last month for a lot of reasons, but it's not, like I tell everybody, I'm not a soothsayer. I don't do this for dates or rates. What I do them for is to tell you guys, hey, look, I believe that something's going to happen. I just don't know what date. But you got to look at the ISX too now. I mean, that's got to be a benchmark for you. So if you look at the ISX and you say, well, if the ISX shoots international, they have to have an international rate. They just have to. It's not one thing without the other. You can't, even if the rate was trash, ISX came out, it would still be phenomenal for everybody. There's, I think 11 or 12 MPs that are going to be impeached, basically. They're going to be held up on corruption charges. I think people got to understand that with the more that you see about corruption, the more transparent Iraq becomes, that people really want to gravitate towards that, because that means an open Iraq is a good Iraq. A closed book Iraq where they're not giving a lot of information or news or anything, that's bad for everybody. Now, don't look at what they say, but look at what they do. And so once they put these MPs on the terrorist watch list, basically money laundering list, like Maliki and Afiat, all these people that have stole money for years and years and years, and people are going to say, well, that's going to hold up the reinstatement. No, it's not. As you see major arrests happening, that's not going to hold up the reinstatement. That's going to actually promote it. It's just like I told you all about Iran. We want to see Iran completely out of Iraq. No, you don't. What you want to see is Iran talk to Iraq to the point where at one time or another they say, hey, look, if we do this with our currency, we're going to play nice, we're going to do all the things. When we come to the table, being Iran, and negotiate a new place under peace with the United States and get their rights back, basically, then you will see Iraq either been done it or going to do it. And I think that time is coming much sooner as opposed to later. Just saying. Every region has a front runner, like Kuwait is there, or whatever the next highest currency is. You don't think for one second that Iraq's not looking at that and saying, we want to be the bell cow or the absolute bright shining armor, what's about to happen there now? Trying to keep this thing going. Miss BB's looking for a new download.
Let me tell these people there's technical difficulty. There's people still.
75 of them. There's 286 in here. tonight just might be a short, 15-minute video. It happens. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It happens. There's not a lot of news out there. The memorandum of understanding with the UN is calling the shots about them getting the donor conference money. They don't have the donor conference money. That's the other part. You know what I'm saying? So, like, don't freak out about it. Just chill, because as you see the UN controlling the purse strings, the IMF went through there, gave them a blessing. So you're in a great spot, like a really, really good spot.
Any news on electricity?
There is news that they were signing some more agreements, having generators brought in, but it's not like, it's not pressing.
Alert from Google Chrome.
How do you make the screen full? Do you know? Where it fills up the whole screen? I can't stand it.
Yeah, hit the like button for me, man. I know this is impromptu. I can't read the notes, so I have 3 minutes. If I can't get this to work in 3 minutes, I'm hanging up.
It's not gonna work in 3 minutes. I have to download the software, configure it. There's a lot going on. So that's why I said talk to the people, because YouTube has changed everything. So I'm trying to get you with a thing here. So
yeah, Michael, they changed up the way you do YouTube. A PM, yeah, Mr. Brandon, you can send me a PM.
and you can they can call in as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can call in with your questions.
Y'all can call in with questions.
Let me see if I got the number here. Hold on.
This new format just doesn't allow me to do the normal things that I would do.
Yeah, everything's got to be reconfigured. You find your phone number. Hold on. Okay, there goes the number.
I wish I could go to this and see it. Brandon, I can't see it because it's estrangulated on my copier.
If you do this, like if you kind of, you know what I mean? Like, you know how you shrink the screen?
To share with you guys, I'm going to buy every Friday until this thing goes. So to me, it's just an opportunity to get more. I was in there today, and this old guy was ahead of me, and I noticed he was buying Dinar too, and I was like, wow, I see you're buying Dinar too. And when the lady finished counting what he bought, $500,000, he bought $500,000 worth. I didn't buy that much. Mm-hmm. But I was like, wow, that's really cool. I mean, people know what's going on. I mean, so be patient. Again, I love you and Miss Bibi. Thank you for bringing me the news all the time and keeping us abreast of what's going on. And we're all vibing on the Facebook. What's going on? And we're all vibing on the Facebook page. We love that page. We're sharing information. So, it's really, really cool. It really is.
Yeah, one of my friends, she tried to buy from Exchange of America. She said they were out and she could only buy 1 million dinar at a time.
Call from.
Hey, Mr. B. Jenny from Canada.
To accept, press 1.
I'm merging both calls.
I apologize.
What did you?
Hey, again, I love you guys, and I just wanted to say keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
All right, have a good night. We'll wait for you guys with the news.
All right.
All right, man.
Don't worry.
Thanks, man.
Caller?
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah.
You
Hello,
live?
you guys. You're awesome.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
For what you're doing. It's Jenny from Canada.
Hey, what's up, man?
And again, 1000 for example, but the other one, like when you go on the CBI.IQ, you can see like the edition of the dinars, and I know that the last dinars they have some like a special mark on it that is different from the edition before. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
I think so. I think so. They gave you the very last like notes that they had. Like they're not the brand new notes that you were looking for with the new security measures and stuff like that, correct?
Yeah, exactly. But they look like brand new. Like 90% of the time, they are giving me like brand new notes. But it seems that it's not the latest edition. You know that there are like two versions of them.
Right.
But it's not the latest. But it's a reputable location. Like I'm just wondering because I want to make sure that when the RI has it, that everything is fine and my dinar are authentic, you know. So
Yeah.
I'm asking myself that
There's
question, you know?
there's also lots of videos on YouTube that talk about the authenticity of you know what I mean, the notes. That if you want to look for those
Yeah,
on and I've done a video about it too on Patreon. So
yeah, but well, I am on Patreon and I saw what you explained, you know, the special video you make on checking the notes. So I ordered myself the tool you're talking about.
yeah, the black light, yeah.
And yeah, I wouldn't say that because it's not everyone who has Patreon, so I don't want to steal the punch, you know.
Right.
So I'm trying to keep it for the Patreon who pays and who have the you know the how can I say that, the chance to have special information.
Yes.
Yeah. I advise everybody to go on Patreon because you guys are working very hard, and for those people who are on Patreon, we see that every day Brittany and everybody posting very nice stuff, you know, nice stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you for that. And the second question is, you know, because well, you're very understanding what's going on, and everybody know that what's happening in Iran this week, but I still do not see the big picture. How is that putting pressure on Iraq? Also, like the IMF and everything, but because I know that in the Middle East, the average cost or the average amount is almost like between 20 and $1, 20 cents and $1 for each currency in the Middle East. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like the average, we know that Kuwait has the highest, but we know also that Iraq is the second biggest producer of oil. Also has what's the first? Is Saudi.
Mm-hmm.
So we know that Saudi's currency is high, but like the question is, if Iran's want to change their currency, like the law you explained, I was wondering because probably the value when it's gonna go off will be in the average, don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's mathematics. I don't know how to say it, but
I know what you mean. It's like what you're saying is like everybody in the region is holding a positive money note towards the USD.
yeah.
And why all of a sudden, why is Iraq the only one in the region that's the second largest or the first largest OPEC producer, which does all this stuff, which is going on, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? And why is their money really basically no value to it, right?
Yeah.
Got it, man.
So I was wondering if, like, when the Thomas is gonna go live, probably we speculate, you know, what we're doing, but
Right.
I was guessing that probably it would be like, I don't know, like 5 cents, 2 cents, 1 cent, something like that. I don't know. I didn't do the math on all the GDP and everything, but if they go out and positive value, like, I don't know if, because I don't recall that the GCC is the group of the country in the Middle East. Is that so? GCC?
Yeah, the Gulf Coast states or whatever you call those things.
Yeah. the average of all those currencies that country are part of that GCC, they all are on positive value. Is that so?
Yes, that's true. Yes.
Okay. But we know that Iran isn't part of that group.
Correct.
So I don't know. Wouldn't make sense that they go out with another currency, but they go in a negative rate, but not negative, but under 1 cent.
Hey, brother, I gotta run. I've got a few more calls to get to.
I'm gonna leave time for other people. Sorry.
It's all right, my
Thank you
brother.
for responding to my call. I know that you're a very available person, so continue what you're doing, Miss BB and Mr. B, and thank you for what you're doing. I will see you on the show.
Thank
See you on the show.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Go
Shout
ahead.
out to Paul. You want to tell him?
Shout out to Paul Bainton.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. Thank you. We've been going for 20 minutes. This is so impromptu because I'm not used to this. Like,
so let me say this. Continue as is, right? The even for us to test it, you would have to kill this live. We don't want to kill this live. So go ahead and continue on. I'm on my account, April BB's. If I can get this functioning and operating right, then I'll know how to duplicate it for Monday show.
Okay.
Correct.
So we may just do like a few more minutes.
And this could be a Q&A. I mean, you can have the.
Oh yeah, we can talk Q&A. If anybody wants to call,
call in, ask Mr. Brando questions. While April BB is over here handling production. Let me see if I can recap this a little bit because I know it makes it easier for you. Okay, so Jerry says, I got a question for Mr. Brando. Has there been any counterfeit dinar since they made the new currency?
Not that I know of. No counterfeiting at all.
Shout out to Seamus.
Our
new mod. He's just on it. I don't know.
Blocking.
His block game is strong.
I keep telling y'all, man, people come and people go.
Seamus ain't.
And that's the way this rolls, y'all. Everybody that's with us today ain't gonna be with you like in a week. They ain't gonna be with you in 2 or 3 days.
I don't know what he said.
You got to adapt, man. You got to keep moving towards your goals. Thinking like you already are going to manifest what's going to happen. And everybody ain't your friend. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of fake ass people on YouTube, man. Fakes. People you think are family, man, that are nothing more than fakes. And when you get into your new wealth, if you think the people are going to scam you out of your money or your... Hello?
Hi, you live?
No way, I'm live.
You live.
Yo, what's happening?
Man, you and me, what's going on?
Hey, look, man. I've been watching your show for a minute now, and much love, much respect, like all the 100 people that say that for sure. Nice polo shirt, but I can't see that in the comments. I don't know if you saw that and all that, but I got a question, right? So I got a grip. I got a nice amount of the dinar and all that. And by the way, I'm coming from the East Coast. Anybody in the house right now, right? Anyway,
I already figured that. What borough are you in? Where you at?
I'm from Jamaica, Queens. I'm in Jersey City now.
Hey, like that's just like 50 Cent, huh?
Yeah, straight up.
Straight up, man. Thank you, man. Thanks for the love.
Yeah, check it out though, right? But so I got a grip of it, and like my currency don't have that little thing on.
Mine neither.
Yeah. No problem. But I kind of like on the safe side. I'm like, yo, I hope they try to turn me away today. This will be a problem up in there. Give me my money. You know what I mean? I bought some what do you call it, Vietnamese dog.
Yeah.
About 2 weeks ago, and it had that thing on it. And then for whatever reason, I'm the man I was glad I saw one of his videos maybe 10 minutes ago. And his man bought like 100,000. He had on the 25K, he had that little piece on it. I'm thinking like, wait a minute, I don't have that. So, you know, it kind of made me worried, you know what I'm saying? So I thought it'd be the perfect time for me to reach out to Mr. Brando, and, you know, Davey, and, see what's going on with that, you know? Just reach out and ask questions.
Most of the notes you're going to get off the dinar are not going to be all of a sudden brand new notes. You know what I'm saying? Most of the notes you're going to get aren't going to have the security features some of them have. The thing that you got to realize is that when you go on like the secure CBI website or like on my Patreon page, shout out to Patreon, gang, y'all know what it is. There are security measures on the currency that you already hold that you can look at and say, hey, look, this is what makes it real. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's not, it's nothing I'm hiding. It's nothing I'm charging for. You can go on the actual CBI website and find it for yourself, if that makes sense, right? The reason why I did it is because I wanted people to be able to see that you can check currency with a black light against several currencies. Does that make sense? And shout out to Lisa Bradley real quick. Shout out to Lisa. Mad love, my Patreon group, man. I love you guys. I know y'all are feeling a lot of heat right now from a bunch of fakes out there, but stay true to the game, y'all. I'd rather be few in stature than many with false hope. You know what I'm saying? So don't even fade these folks, man. I'm not even worried about nothing. You know why I'm not worried about anything about as far as the reinstatement of the Iraqi Dinar is?
Why's that? Yeah.
The ISX. The ISX tells you everything you need to know.
Okay.
I'm just telling you guys, look, there's two major tells that are going on right now. One is the amount of corruption and arrest that's happening in Iraq right now. And number two, their electronic platform they're about to go forward with into the future. A lot of people don't look at the platform or the policy and say, well, that makes sense for internationalism. Well, yeah, we know the donor conference money's in play. We absolutely know that these guys are looking to get the ISX on an international platform where they can trade internationally. If they open the ISX alone, it would more than probably 3 or 4 times make up the amount of currency or foreign currency that would come from all over the world to stimulate the private sector.
Okay.
So everybody right now has got to be on some chill. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If there's ever, I'm not this guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm the guy. I'm gonna keep bringing you news, and I'm not a pumper. I'm gonna bring you news that's good and in your favor. I'm gonna bring you bad news that's good and it's gonna educate you. But what you got to understand is, not you, caller, because you get it. But like, look, you got to read the news for what it is. It's good sometimes, it's bad sometimes. And you know what? Sometimes it rains and sometimes it doesn't. But you know what it does? It gives you a forecast of the future. It also allows you to plan for what you're doing right now.
Right. If I get a moment, I'll tell you a quick story how I got into it. So my boy, right, he was like, his family, somebody he knows, his brother, was like, yo, get into this. So he got into it, right? So he was trying to tell me about it. And I'm like, yeah, all right, I'm gonna do it. All right, I'm gonna do it. So then he called me one day like, yo, you fucked up. If you value, I'm up, I'm a millionaire. I'm like, oh my God. So then he was like, nah, I'm fucking with you, ain't happy yet. I said,
Yeah.
wait, buy me 1,000 right now, because I'm not trying to be out of it. So we have this phrase that I gotta remind him, because he's kind of a pessimist. But I always tell him, we play back and forth, I'm like, dog, you got a dog in the race, man.
Right.
Just be cool on that. This is gonna happen, you know what I'm saying? And then Bruce Lee, right? He said, it's not the journey, it's the destination. So I always have to remind him of that. And it's funny because he's like twice my age. But either way, man, I just want to say I really appreciate y'all doing this. Those other platforms, you take it for what it's worth. And, you know, they be talking a lot of stuff. I'll be like really lost. Like, what are y'all talking about? But in any event, you got to keep it straight, good or bad, news or no news. You always make it consistent. Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays. And that's very appreciated. Thank you.
Appreciate the love, man.
We thank you for watching.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
No problem. I'm here. I like a shout out to every now and then. You might see me in the comments. So either way, y'all have a good night. Thank you.
And what's your name again?
Do I say my real name?
No,
No.
your screen name on YouTube, not your government. Your
Yeah,
screen.
unfortunately, I gotta have to double back over my other page.
Well, then we're going to shout out New York, New York. And when we do, that's how you know it.
Queens.
Queens, New York, Jamaica, Queens.
He did it, be fine.
All right, then.
Yo, y'all be safe.
All right, thank you.
Hey, man, be safe.
For sure.
Bye-bye.
Peace, one. Right here, right here.
How do I do that?
Call from
Mark?
Yes, Mr. Brando. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, man, on this makeshift live, man, I'm doing what I do. What's going on, man?
You're doing awesome, but I appreciate you.
Thank you, man.
Quick question here. With everything that Iraq has done as far as agreements and everything with all the other countries, companies, everything, at what point do they get to where they have to revalue their currency or reinstate their currency in order to get things done?
To actually physically take place in the marketplace, they've got to do it rather quickly. And I'm not saying like a month or 2 months. What I'm saying is that they've got, okay, think about it like this. Right now, if you buy a piece of plyboard, and it's $34. For every $1,200 for $1, 1,200 times 33 is like, it's going to cost you $300 and something thousand to buy a piece of plyboard. Do you see what I'm saying? Market cost analysis would tell you this. There's no way that you can buy enough supplies with physical currency because they're not digital yet and still enable the fact that they'll be able to buy the supplies to rebuild their country. Now, even though they're in a major surplus, that surplus is a handicap because you got to think like this. It's like you working in your house, right? You're working for your family. And all of a sudden you hit good times. And good times is you're putting up $5,000 or $6,000 extra a month. Every month you're putting it up, right? And you're not thinking about those days where you're negative 1,500 or negative 2,000 or negative 1,000 because you don't make the same money, right?
Right.
That's the way oil ebb and flows in most of these oil producing states. And so even though Iraq's in a surplus and they can put up money and they can make a lot of money for the here and now, they can't sustain that over a long period. They have to have a viable currency so that way international investors will want to protect, because believe you me, are you gonna look at Vietnam? What's the hesitation with Vietnam? They have a great government, they have a great this, but they have a weak currency. And so if you're a person that's about to invest in Vietnam, if you're a sweatshop opener, you're like, yeah, this is great. But if you're an actual investor that's looking at the long run, you know that slave labor is something that doesn't live long.
Right.
Iraq's the same way with the petrodollar. The world won't allow them to cheat on their money.
Well, Iraq is trying to get investors to come into Iraq and all, and they're not going to do it until they know they can get their money back out of Iraq.
Okay, I'll give you an example. Let's say you and I both had $100,000, which is a lot of money to me right now. Okay,
Right.
would you give it to Iraq or would you give it to Great Britain?
That's a tough choice at all, right?
No, they're both shit, right? I mean, they're both terrible, right? That's not the idea. The idea is you can give it to Iraq, and at this point, if you don't know if you're going to get your money out, you have to say, gifting Iraq $100,000. If you give it to Great Britain, at least you know you're going to make 5% back.
Right.
Half bread's better than no bread.
Right. Well, they keep signing all these agreements with all these different countries, everything from oil to construction to electricity and everything. They got to get to some point there where the contractors have to be able to pay.
That's the key words right there. Contracts. Remember this. I don't care how many memorandums of understanding you sign, those aren't contracts. A contract is where they're going to actually do something. An MOU, they've signed hundreds of MOUs, and what have they gotten done? Nothing.
I'm wondering why there hasn't been millions of people in the streets there demanding their money that's in their Constitution.
They have. They've had protest after protest after protest But our government and the news that we watch doesn't show that. They're protesting 1 million persons a weekend. But they're just like we are. They work. So, like, the ones that are working, that are protesting, and the ones that aren't, they have to wait till everybody can be together, which is probably the weekend when they're off, and then they go protest. It's not, they're never going to ever succeed in protest if it's not 1 million, if it's not, like, let's say, 5 million, 10 million. It's like the United States.
120 degrees in the shade there.
Exactly. Are you going to go
4 hours a day.
At some point, you kind of say, screw it, man, there's no hope.
They got to string a couple of them up.
Yeah.
Shout out to Bethany.
Shout out to Beth. Oh my God, Beth. Shout out to my girl, Beth. Gang, 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 gang. And you know what? Shout out to the individual, but more so out my people that really stick to it and really show mad love. And you know what, you fakes? I'm good. I'm gonna hang out with you, caller. I'm gonna hang out with you. I appreciate the call.
Thank you, Mr. Brando.
Great insight.
Thank you very much. For
Thank
everything.
you.
Thank you. Now have a good one, okay? This ain't gonna be a long call tonight. I'm not. I'm doing good, but we gotta figure out this podcast thing real
We
quick.
got a couple of things to figure out, and just let people know that the coins, we're trying to get them to you guys,
Yep.
but we've had a little faux where people are stealing the coins. So, we're trying to secure the safety of the coins. That's the problem right now. So it's gonna take a little bit longer than anticipated because some of them are just not making it.
And here's the other thing. If you're a graphics artist, and we have a few of you guys out there that can draw, shout out to Michael. Thank you, Michael. Gang, gang, love you too. And you can draw and you can put something on Photoshop or Illustrator, and you want to help me redesign the King of Guru logo. I love the logo. I want the same logo. I want it just like that with like a blue t-shirt with some dreads, chubby, brown, everything. I love that. But if you want to do that, I'm either going to give away a free membership to Patreon for 1 month, or I'm going to give away 1 coin if they don't get too expensive.
Yeah, because as the price of silver
Woo!
goes up, the
Silver is killing me right now, y'all.
The price of silver has gone up since our last batch we ordered. So we're trying to order as much as possible so we can keep those on stock. Silver and gold is
We
going
also
up.
just ordered a bunch more, so we're going to try to get out, in a reasonable amount of time.
Well, the thing is right now is trying to figure out how we're going to ship it to the people so that it makes it. Because I sent them out and some people didn't get them. So we want to make sure it makes it to you guys. Because 1, we're spending the money on the coins. 2, we want you to receive them in hand and not be stolen.
Right. And so I'm going to take my coin. I'm going to put a bezel around it, but we're on my neck from now on. I'm going to bring this with me everywhere I go. And I think, I think a lot of people out there that feel and believe in what we're doing. Shout out to all the people behind the scenes that know what's going on and just keep quiet and just keep pushing. And shout out to everybody that's out there every day. I'm going to cut this live short at about 40 minutes because you know what? It's the weekend. We had a lot of calls.
And shout out to the people that just stay loyal, regardless if we're in the room or not. Shout out to my girl, Susan Sam. Susan, check your inbox on your messenger on Facebook. Shout out to Lisa. Shout out, I'm always for my girls, my women. Shout out to Bethany. Shout out to, Hope. Shout out to Michael. A lot of you guys. Ant Dog, Pimp A, of course.
Mr. Frazier,
Mr. Frazier, Daza. Seamus, who always
gang
messing with me.
Shout out to Teresa Gold. Shout out to Shay Pa. Shout out to all the admins on Facebook. Shout out to all the admins on Telegram.
Girl, your marketing person. What's her name?
I'm keeping her silent right now. I got
But shout out to her.
Shout out to who know they holler at me every day. Miss B about getting some new things. We got new things. I'm gonna leave you guys with this. We're gonna have an event. We're gonna actually have a free.
Shout out to Sammy D. Is you live?
Shout out to L Boogie. Shout out to Lex Pro. Shout out to Prince, Lex.
Shout out to Joe.
Shout out to Uncle Joe. Shout out to Old School. Shout out to Wheezy. Shout out to Enrique. Shout out to Michael. Shout out to
Yeah, Michael just donated too.
Michael, shout out, man.
Yeah, he did the kangaroo pictures for you with the little dreads.
Yeah, I like that.
And shout out to Bernard.
Shout out to Bernard and shout out, major shout out to my new arch nemesis, Guru Cat. Guru Cat is everywhere. I love Guru Cat. Guru Cat is the ish. Shout out to everybody that's real. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the real ones.
Like, we really appreciate the love. Like I said,
Man.
and you know, to me, and I always tell Mr. Brando this, it's about the ones that stand true when you're not looking. The people that, when you're not in the room, right? When you're not present, they still ride for you. So, you know, to me, loyalty is everything.
Sean.
Loyalty is everything. So, we Mr. Brando and I really appreciate you guys. Sorry for the technical difficulties tonight.
Shout out to Mary Healing.
Shout out to Mary S too. Mary Sanders.
And Mary Sanders, she's had some issues, so God bless her and her family.
But I'm gonna try to work on
no
this.
love for Pimpe.
Aw, leave Pimpe alone.
Yeah, no love for Pimpe.
Shout out to the Reaper.
Reaper.
And he just contributed too. But I'm gonna try to work on this weekend, you guys. It's just a whole bunch of stuff.
Shout out to Mother 12.
Oh yeah, shout out to Mother 12 who got that Zim on deck.
What?
She's a Ziminaire.
Damn. Shout out to Paul. You know what? I could sit here forever and shout all y'all out, but I just know that
shout out to Tammy.
Shout out to Tammy. Shout out to the real ones. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't take a bunch.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me see. Oh, shout out to Enrique. Enrique might have a question. Hold on.
Okay.
I got a question for Mr. Bree. Previously mentioned that IQD could go higher after the reinstatement plus inflation. Is that possible?
Yes. You got to think. Instatement is $3.21. With inflation, I figure 50 cents. My number's always been about $3, $3.78. I don't ever talk rates or dates, but there's a freebie for all the love that's being thrown around out there. We got, an extra love out there, so I just threw that out to y'all. Susan Sam's, hey Susie. What's up, sis? What's up, Bethany? What's up, Nancy?
My phone just died.
Man, it's late, y'all. Okay, y'all. Since this is a makeshift thing, so there's 2 minutes.
What's up, pimp?
Hey, I was saying, how we get stuck with just Mr. Brando's mug in the screenshot?
See, that's
because you want a butane.
So that's what happens. That's what happens when you're not here at the very beginning of the show.
No, I was here. I heard you guys struggling with it. There we go. Thank you. I get to see. So it's a slight delay there. But you guys are struggling a little bit, and I was trying to listen to the phone caller, but I don't know if it's just my TV or what, but the callers, they were low, and I was trying to hear them, but it sounded like he had some interesting things to say. So
here's the thing. The mic is dead because we can't sync it to the laptop. But YouTube reconfigured everything. So I was trying to go live from April BB just now, and I can't because they've got all these extra steps. They're making it super difficult. They've taken Google Hangout out of the equation. So we're going to have to...
Isn't that the most used thing?
Right,
yes.
right. That is. You are correct, sir.
Yeah, YouTube, I don't know.
You look, pimp, you like a broken clock. You at least write twice a day.
Wait,
I just had to mess with you. I just had to jump on there and say that. But
at least you're not asleep this time.
oh, the shade. Oh.
Both of you, that's right.
Yeah, I fell asleep on air.
Pimpe, hold on, Pimpe.
I was talking to Mr. B, okay, for all you guys out there, gang land. I was talking to Mr. B today, the phone dropped. I was like, what the hell? Miss April's laughing. She made the phone, she said, Mr. Brando fell asleep. I said, damn, I didn't even have time to even be born. It was like 2 seconds into it.
But Pimpe, let me tell you, you started off with zombies and apocalypse, I fell right to sleep.
No.
Oh my, zombies. Go with zombies. I have some stuff I'm going to share with you guys a little bit later on, off air. We talked about this already, and I'm about to learn much more about it right now.
Mm-hmm.
Before we turn other people onto it, but the car thing I was telling you guys about. We'll talk about it a little bit later because I want to make sure it is what it is before we start sharing the love.
Real talk.
So there's a lot of talk about the 140. You got anything that you guys have to add to it? Because
yeah, 140. Look, Article 140 is gonna happen. It's gonna happen in the next few days, if not weeks. It's gonna happen. The
there's some
HC.
confusion. Some people say, is it being implemented? Or
Yes.
is it being discussed?
The Supreme Council told them. The Supreme Council told them they have to do it.
It looks like it's implemented, and other ones it doesn't. So it's like confusing. Even I was like, I don't know what the hell they got going on there.
Wait.
Guys on the screen,
I know. He's over here messing with it.
My makeshift. This BB bought me this.
Dude, you and your polo shirts. This is not the 80s, man.
Man, he's so stuck in the polo. He old school.
Man, y'all don't know about this polo?
No, that's beyond old school.
Look,
Nobody want to see that.
Pepe, look.
Nobody want to see that. They'll be able to.
Hell yeah, you know
what's
it's polo. I've been wearing polo since polo was polo.
Not necessary.
Nah, I don't wear your car.
He wear old man cologne. Izzy Miyake.
Yeah, Gucci.
Izzy Miyake. He wear that Izzy Miyake. All the 40 plus people.
I'm hanging up on both y'all. Bye, y'all. Everybody wants to talk about my cologne and my
I'll
tattoos.
get back at you guys later. I just got something sent to me about it. I'll
Okay.
read it on it and then I'll share with you.
Okay,
All right.
pimp.
All right, then you guys. Everybody have a good evening.
Have a great one. Bye-bye.
All right, y'all. We cutting it off.